Good afternoon and welcome to the second half for those who can't get enough of the truth. Welcome back to the Dennis Herrera, my man. Cray Miss in the house. Omar, what's going on? Looking all gray. Robert, hey big bro, how you doing, brother? Welcome back. I hope you guys are having a great day today. I've been texting here back and forth a little bit with Salt Water for Life. He's doing this new venture with his fishing, and he is having his sort of I guess he's blogging. He's fishing, and there's nothing better to do than to blog what you love to do. And he is a fisherman by hobby. I don't know if he's a fisherman by trade, but I do know he loves to do his fishing. Welcome back, Teddy Marcelo. Let's see. Hey, we need to deport Omar. Ilhan Omar, that is. That's funny, bro. That is funny. Even Omar hates that name now. All right. So, hey guys, what the hell's going on with Megan Kelly? I heard she's flipped. She's flipped like Tucker Carlson. I can't believe what I was hearing, but I was listening to David Rubin, and he was talking about it, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? I didn't know that things were that bad. Honestly, I didn't know. Um, uh, I mean, I know that these people they're talking like they're wackos now, but man, I don't know what is going on. It's got to be something demonic for people to be transformed all of the sudden. That's got to be concerning, man. If you guys are not concerned, see, this is the problem with people that don't want to believe in God. That they bring everybody else with them, and it's a good thing that we here in America we have enough people that believe in God and pray to God that He protects our nation, etc. And a lot of people they don't understand how important that is. I am very thankful for a lot of you who, one, believe in God and are praying for our nation, and two, that you're, supporting me and, in my channel. I try to make something fun for everybody, but it seems like it just doesn't work for everybody. We have people that are so hateful that they don't understand when we're trying to do just something just for entertaining. We can have our Friday night is just chilling, telling stories because they always come in and start hating and start throwing hateful comments. It's like, can you find a day in your life to sit down with friends and laugh about life instead of just, hating and getting angry with politics? I don't know why people don't want to do that. I think that's a lot better than just, keep talking politics, problem, problem, problem. This is what we do. We talk politics and we talk religion. We tell story. That's what my channel is all about. And I hope that, everybody that comes in takes value in that. Brian, how are you, my friend? I got my two big bros here in the house. Little bro, Omar here. Mr. 123 Climber, this guy. I'm telling you, these guys find ways to be so racist. And you know what? I wouldn't call it racist. I would say prejudice. They like to judge people without knowing them. Dennis, did I sin if I ate pork accidentally? Why? Will it be okay or go to hell? Of course, you're fine. Uh, there was a story, and some people don't believe it, but there was a story. And as a matter of fact, why don't we do this? Let me find out. Let's see. Let me find out where the scripture is. Let's see. Let's see. Apostle Paul. Yeah, let's see. Let's go here. Let's go to the actual scripture. Okay, we'll go to the actual scripture, and I'm going to tell you why. I think that it's okay. Here's a compilation, I guess, um, of what the meaning of this. What I'm going to tell you is this. Let's see. If you, I don't know if you have a Bible there, but if you go to if you go to Galatians 2, I believe is what it says to go to. Let me try to find this story here real quick. Let's see. Here we go, the International Version. Okay, why don't we go ahead and read chapter 2 in Galatians 2. I hope this is the right one. Let's see. Let me go here. Let me go ahead and read something here. Let's see if this is what it is. And if it's not, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the story anyway. Okay? Let's see. So in Galatians 2:11 is where I'm going to start. It says, when Cephas came to Antioch, I opposed him to his face, because he stood condemned. For before certain men came from James, he used to eat with the Gentiles. But when they arrived, he began to draw back and separate himself from the Gentiles, because he was afraid of those who belonged to the circumcision group. The other Jews joined him in his hypocrisy, so that by their hypocrisy even Barnabas was led astray. When I saw that they were not acting in line with the truth of the gospel, I said to Cephas in front of them all, you are a Jew, yet you live like a Gentile and not like a Jew. How is it then that you force Gentiles to follow Jewish customs? We who are Jew by birth and not sinful Gentiles know that a person is not justified by the works of the law, but by the faith in Jesus Christ. So we too have to put our faith in Christ Jesus, that we may be justified by faith in Christ and not by the works of the law. Because by the works of the law, no one will be justified. Now, there is another story where Peter is eating pork. Peter is eating pork with the Gentiles, the newly Christian believers. And when he heard that the leadership from the Jews was coming, he separated himself and he didn't eat with the Gentiles. Paul rebuked him and showed his hypocrisy to everyone else, just like he did with Cephas. And I find that very interesting, because there was a dream that Peter had, where all the animals were all put in one place. And the whole idea about it is, how can you call something that God's created for you, I would say, bad? How would you say it's bad? Eating pork to us is no big deal. Now, what the Bible says, what Paul says is, if you want to eat pork and it's allowed for you to eat pork, eat it. But if you believe that it's not allowed for you to eat pork, then don't eat it. It's that simple. So I hope that makes sense, because there's two stories in here, and this is Paul. In these three verses that I showed you, Paul confronted Peter publicly for his hypocrisy, withdrawing from eating with Gentile Christians due to fear of the Jewish circumcision group, which contradicted the gospel's truth and led others into, including Barnabas, astray. This is Peter being rebuked by Paul. So what I say to you with that, it's, don't be a hypocrite. Don't be like those who pretend to be holy and then they go and are hypocrites with others, because what that does is it causes other people to sin. It causes other people to fall. I find very interesting that one of the youngest apostles, not in age, but in belief and faith, had to rebuke a great one like Peter. Um, the rebukes was Paul said to Peter, if you are a Jew, live like a Gentile and not like a Jew. How can you compel the Gentiles to live like Jews? The whole context is that while Peter was previously involved in accepting Gentile believers, this moment showed he temporarily struggled with the social pressure of Jewish Gentile integration. We all have that, but the beauty of this, and I'm glad that I don't know why you asked that question, but the beauty of this is that in the United States of America, we have been able to accept Christianity, and this country was founded on the Christian Judaism beliefs, and so whether people like it or not is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It's still over 60-something%, which is declining, by the way. Over 60% of this country, it's supposed to be Christian, and this includes Catholics, Presbyterians, and all these other denominations. So there's one thing to be said, since we're starting about religion, is that it doesn't matter if you are a Catholic, a Baptist, an apostle. You can still believe your interpretation of the Bible, but you should really hold hands in battle against evil in this country. And I will say this, and I want to add, I want you to be very careful with how you see Muslims. Listen, I believe that Jesus Christ, God the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit is the Holy Trinity. I believe that is God. 3 in 1, the Holy Trinity. And I believe that any other religion is false. But it is not our job to convince people to have the same faith that we do. It is their choice. It has to be their choice. And so the way that they're going to come to God is if they see that the way that we live is a better way. And so regardless of what denomination or doctrine you follow, the doctrine of man is different than God's word. It doesn't matter what doctrine you follow. We should work together. Salvation comes from Christ, not from our actions, not from our works, not because we're nice people. That's not where salvation comes from. And I tell you this because there is going to be Muslims who take the religious aspect of Islam and do not they either don't know or they don't accept the part of the pedophile age of that Muslims like to practice. I'm going to play a video for you, and I think I might have played this before, but I'm only going to play maybe like 3.5 minutes of it, maybe 5 minutes at the most. And I want you to pay attention to this. I don't want you to think that I'm just this holy righteous man that doesn't sin and I know everything. It's not about that. But I think it's very important that we actually touch up on this. Very interesting that Omar started the question with that pork. Check this out. Get some truth. I'm sure a lot of you already watched this video if I have shown it, but I want you to pay attention not just to what the narrator is saying here, and this is coming from History on Fleek. Okay. If you guys want to know, I'm going to put the link on the description there so that if you guys want to watch the whole thing, okay? I'm going to play just a few minutes of it, and then I want you to pay attention to what these people look like in Iran and the things that were being changed. They were just like us. It looked just like an American people. You can't tell the difference. Here we go. I'm going to start playing it, and I'm going to add the actual link on the description if you guys want to actually watch the whole thing. It is very important, very informative, and, you might like it. See what you think.
In 1979, Iran erupted in revolution, and millions celebrated what they thought would be a new era of freedom. But almost overnight, that hope turned into fear for women. Under Ayatollah Khomeini, strict Islamic laws were enforced in public, and punishment became a spectacle. The streets became a place of control, and a generation of Iranian women learned that rebellion could come at a terrifying cost. Before the revolution, women in Iran had legal rights that were rare in the region at the time. They could vote and run for office. Women worked as doctors, lawyers, teachers, and civil servants. Some served in parliament and held senior government roles. The family protection law gave women the right to ask for divorce and limited men's ability to take multiple wives. It also raised the legal age of marriage for girls to 18. These laws were not perfect, but they gave women a sense that their lives and choices mattered under the law.
Did you catch that? They changed the age to 18 to give women a choice to be able to grow, develop, and think about their future, that they have choices, not just getting married at 9, 8 years old into some sort of arrangement. See, what difference does it make to you if you don't eat pork and yet you practice in very sexual perversion, sexual immorality? What a benefit is it to you to pray 5 times a day and you live with hate in your heart? What benefit is it to you to pray to a prophet that is dead, that is not God, that is not communicating to God? What benefit is it to you or your loved ones to do that? What benefit is it to you to die for Islam? That's not to die for God. How can you say that this is a religion of peace when you are not allowed to question it? When you are punished with death just because you don't agree with the prophet? How can you say this is the peaceful religion when they'll tell you that if you say that you are Muslim and you side with Christians and continue to be a Muslim, you are no longer a real Muslim, but you are called an infidel? And when they say death to America, that includes those Muslim infidels, because they are siding with Christians and other religions. See, how can you call that a peaceful religion when everybody from any other religion decides, listen, my faith is what I have, my belief is my belief, but we can work together? These extremist Muslims don't have that conviction. They don't want to work. I can tell you, I have met a lot of Muslim people. I have had lunch with them. They let me eat my food. I let them eat their food. They don't have a problem with me eating in front of them something that is not listed for them to eat. And they can say that I'm an infidel, maybe. They can say that I'm not going to be saved. I got my faith. I don't need their approval. But I have been able to be a Christian amongst Muslims. The problem is that these Muslims don't understand that even though they like that sort of part of the religion because it brings them discipline, it gives them a purpose. To have to pray 5 times a day is something that they sacrifice, and then they find a reward in it itself. So I understand the religion part of it, but that is not enough to save your soul. With that being said, pay attention. They didn't cover their heads. They didn't cover their face. They looked just like Americans. There was a teacher with a miniskirt down to her knees. Beautiful hair, beautiful women. The men dressed like us. They were very westernized, and they were doing good. And then they put fear-mongering on them, just like Democrats are doing to us here in the United States of America. Think about that. Think about that. All right, continue listening, okay? So, not perfect, but they gave women a sense that their lives and choices mattered under the law. Keep listening.
But as Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, the first supreme leader of Iran, returned from exile on February 1st, 1979, after more than 14 years abroad, he moved quickly to undo many of those changes. Within months, he lowered the minimum legal marriage age for girls from 18 to just 9 years old. He removed women from...
He reversed the age from 18 back to 9 years old. This is the bad Muslims. This is how you know the bad Muslims. And I hope that every other Muslim really reads the Quran and tries to understand it. I can guarantee you most Muslims will convert back to Christianity. A lot of Christians that convert back to Muslim, they are ignorant in the word of God. Like many people that come in here, hey Tan, how are you? Like many people that come in here into my chat and tell me that I'm not a Christian because I am speaking truth, speaking facts, asking people to respect the law. This is what they have against me. That's it. You think that I'm hateful because I'm correcting you, because I'm disciplining people that are breaking the law? That's what you got against me? That's what you think is going to make me go to hell? I'm telling people about salvation every day. I'm telling people about the truth. How is that sending me to hell? You see how the demons work in our world? And this demon that got killed already, and his son, which I believe somebody was saying he was gay for some reason. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard. This is what they do. As soon as he goes back to his country after 4 years abroad, it says, he went from changing the age of girls. Listen to this, from 18, which was switched to 18. He went and put it back to 9 years old so a grown-ass man can marry a prepubescent little girl. That is disgusting. It is disgusting. Disgusting. I will say that again.
After more than 14 years abroad, he moved quickly to undo many of those changes. Within months, he lowered the minimum legal marriage age for girls from 18 to just 9 years old.
Unbelievable.
He removed women from judgeships and barred them from holding high political office. The new system did not see women as equals in public life. The revolution that had promised justice and dignity was already taking power away from half the population. Just days after consolidating control, Khomeini made a decision that would shape daily life for decades. On March 7th, 1979, he announced a new rule about women's appearance. He declared that all women working in government offices must wear the Islamic hijab. He framed uncovered hair as immoral and described it as a form of nakedness. This was not presented as advice or a suggestion. It was a command from the highest authority in the country. The impact was immediate.
You see that? That's not godly. That's not God's command. That's not God's command. That is a perverted, a pedophile man. If you're a feminist, you should be 100% against Muslims. 100%. This is why a lot of conservatives are out there saying that how come there's no outcry? How come there's no more support that we're taking out the Ayatollah? Why is there not more support for us who want to free these women, these men? A lot of Indian and a lot of Muslims came to this country illegally. You know what was one of the main reasons why they came to this country, supposedly? Freedom. They didn't have freedom in their country. So why should they come to this country to change it, to be like the place that they left, the place that they abandoned, the place that they are running away from? I am telling you, it's just like muscle memory. Once you have that in your country, it doesn't matter where you go. You will continue to practice that because that is what you're used to. Very few people can snap out of it. It is really crazy. You should be concerned about yourself in this country. And you should be standing up for it, not cowering down and doing what the Democrats tell you to do. Listen, you only have two choices. It's either you support the party that has the policies that destroy our country, or you support the guy that you don't like and hate and has all these allegations but nothing that is fact, and do what's best for America. That's your two choices. Either you stand with Trump and the policies, or you follow actual pedophiles and people who actually want to destroy your Americanship. If that's a word, that's how I can put it.
Government buildings began enforcing the rule right away. Women who showed up to work without a head covering were told to leave. For many Iranians, this announcement came as a shock. Until that moment.
Eric, because if you don't trust Trump, you're going to trust the Democrats who are destroying our country. They don't want the benefit for us. They are communist, Marxist, socialist. That is the new Democratic Party. What you know as Democrats does not exist. I am so sorry to tell you the truth, but that's what it is.
Khomeini had not openly stated that hijab would be compulsory. Many women believed religious dress would remain a personal choice. Tehran and Qom. The timing mattered. It was International Women's Day, and the protest became a direct response to the hijab decree. Women from different backgrounds joined in. Some were students, others were professionals, and many were mothers. Some were religious, others secular. What united them was the belief that the revolution was being taken away from them. They marched openly, without hijab, knowing exactly what they were defying. They carried banners and shouted slogans. This was not a small or quiet protest. Supporters of Khomeini quickly moved to confront the demonstrators. Pro-Khomeini militiamen and Revolutionary Guards surrounded the crowds. They shouted threats and tried to intimidate the women into leaving. At several points, they fired warning shots into the air to scare people away. Despite this, the protests did not stop. The women returned again and again, holding their ground for 6 straight days, from March 8th to March 14th, 1979. This became the first major public protest against the new Islamic Republic. The scale of the resistance caught the authorities off guard. For a brief moment, it appeared the pressure had worked. Khomeini's deputies announced that the hijab rule would be temporarily suspended. The government tried to calm the situation and avoid further unrest. To many women, it felt like a victory. It looked as though the state had listened. But this pause was strategic, not a change of heart. Once the protests faded and public attention moved on, the hardliners—
That man is evil. You understand? That man is evil.
inside the
And Democrats support that sort of man.
regime began reorganizing. By mid-1980, enforcement returned with more force and far less tolerance. This time, the focus was not debate or persuasion. It was punishment. Revolutionary courts and Islamic committees were set up across the country to enforce moral behavior. These groups operated with enormous power and very little oversight. Their job—
Mind you, not criminals, not thieves, not murderers, not rapists, just women who didn't want to wear the hijab, and that's what they have guns for. Can you believe that?
was to punish anyone accused of breaking Islamic codes, and women were often the first targets. In cities and towns across Iran, judges began issuing harsh corporal punishments for behavior that had not been crimes just months earlier. Being seen with a man outside marriage, attending a mixed gathering, drinking alcohol, or showing too much hair could now lead to arrest and punishment. One of the earliest documented cases came just 11 days after Khomeini's hijab decree. On March 19, 1979, the Iranian newspaper Kayan reported a case from the northern city of Rodzar, near the Caspian Sea. A married woman with 3 children had run away with another man. Revolutionary officers arrested them and brought them before a judge. The court sentenced the woman to 50 lashes and the man to 100 lashes for having what the judge called an illegitimate relationship. The punishment was carried out publicly on a street in Rodzar. People gathered and watched as a mother of 3 was whipped in front of them. Another report from Keon that same month showed this was not an isolated incident. On March 8, 1979, while women were
Why? What's the question? Why are you worried about another country? Well, Soldier Solrak. What effing religion is invading our country today? What effing people are trying to pass Sharia law and the Jihad law over here in the United States of America? Do you see why we worry about other countries? Logic. Common sense is not so common, apparently. Common sense. The people that believe that they are saved by just simply closing their eyes and ignoring the issue at hand, you are the reason why countries fall.
Testing the hijab decree in Tehran, a public flogging took place in Esfahan. 3 people, 2 men and 1 woman.
Eric, you are very, what's the word that I'm looking for here? Coward? Is that the word? Coward? Oh, ye of little faith. Oh, ye of little faith. Have faith and don't be a coward. Take courage. This is just beginning. They don't have a navy. Most of their military is done. Do you understand? Stop thinking like a coward and start thinking like an American.
Were accused of having an affair with a woman labeled corrupt. Ayatollah Kademi, a revolutionary judge, ordered that all 3 receive 100 lashes each. They were flogged in the street in public view. After the beating, they were forced to repent on the spot before being released. These early cases made one thing clear. The new regime was willing to use public
This is what you want for America. Pay attention. This is what's coming to you.
humiliation as a method of control. Revolutionary Guards and committees of the Islamic Revolution were given wide authority to patrol neighborhoods, streets, and public spaces. They enforced modesty rules aggressively and often violently. Men and women accused of drinking alcohol, having relationships outside marriage, or showing signs of Western culture were arrested on the spot.
For showing signs of Western culture, Islam does not fit with Western culture. It cannot be any clearer. It cannot be any clearer. Okay, so I know that there's going to be a lot of morons, ignorant people that come through here. This is just for my American patriots, for those who really care about the United States of America. I realize we have we have some anti-American, anti-patriotic, anti-Christian, Muslim support. Okay, sure. Well, this is your Muslim religion right here. What say you? What say you? For the rest of us who are watching this, my friend, you have to pay attention. You hear it. Iranian people got whipped 100 lashes for showing signs of Western culture. That's us. Islam is not compatible with the United States of America. Do you understand? I showed you earlier what happened in Canada not too long ago.
Death to Canada! Death to the United States! And death to Israel! We are Hezbollah and we are Hamas!
We are Hezbollah, we're Hamas, death to Canada, death to the United States of America, and death to Israel. And yet you, well, not you guys, but those people on the left Just don't see anything wrong with it. It's just business as usual. Freedom of speech. Let them talk. It's no big deal. Freedom of religion. Hey, it's a right. It's American right, you freaking morons. You are allowing your country to be invaded and it will be destroyed in a very short time. And the worst thing is that a lot of them is just a bunch of social white liberal women. Women. Weak-ass white women. And then the weak-ass white men follow them. That's how it works. This is how the devil knows to take your balls away, to stop you from being real men, and to follow women. That's what happens. You're supposed to be tougher than women. You're supposed to protect women, but yet you give your balls to them. And that's why you are not a real man. This is crazy. This is really crazy. I'm very serious about this issue.
In many cities, young couples were targeted simply for being close to each other. Holding hands or sitting too closely in a cinema could lead to slaps, beatings, or detention. By late 1979 and into 1980, flogging...
Hey, imagine we did this with protesters. Wouldn't that be nice? For all the people that defend Iran's regime, maybe we should do what they do. Maybe they'll like us better that way.
...had become common. Victims were tied to posts in public squares or parks and whipped in front of crowds. By the end of 1979, even before the Iranian constitution was finalized, Khomeini had already shaped the country into a system ruled by strict versions of religious law. Revolutionary courts handed down thousands of sentences. Political opponents were imprisoned or...
Eric, you know what's sad, Eric? I see your comments on here. Not one of these comments has been to condemn what's happening in this video. You want me to talk to you? For what? Waste my breath? Waste my time? What a loser. Have some respect, will you? Have some self-respect if you don't respect me. Unbelievable. People like you are scum. You don't care about women's freedom. You don't care about people's freedom. You don't care about the well-being of this country, nor its people. That's a damn shame. Damn shame. I don't even know why you're in my channel. Go find a leftist channel where you can go ahead and be happy. You leech.
...were executed, but women were more likely to receive corporal punishment. Any behavior labeled immoral could result in jail time or lashings. Fear became part of daily life. Women watched their surroundings carefully. Mothers warned their daughters. People whispered about vigilantes stationed on street corners. Even attending a private party could turn dangerous if someone reported it. Ordinary social life became risky. Despite all this, Khomeini continued to present himself publicly as a moral and restrained leader. He occasionally criticized punishments he felt were excessive. In 1980, after a stoning case in Kerman province, he reportedly instructed judges to stop using stoning sentences. He ordered a ban on stoning in the courts and said no more such executions should take place. This showed that he sometimes intervened personally, but this restraint had limits. His concern was not with the suffering of women or the system itself. Floggings, arrests, and public punishments for moral offenses continued without pause. By 1980,
that's not the way you get my attention.
and 1981, the early chaos of the revolution was turning into something permanent. The Islamic Republic began locking Khomeini's moral ideas into the legal system. A new constitution was adopted, and at its core was Sharia, or Islamic law. This meant religion was no longer just a guide for behavior. It was now the highest law of the country. Every major rule about crime, punishment, and daily life had to follow religious interpretation. Gender roles were no longer social expectations. They were legal requirements, written clearly into the law. One of the first areas the government focused on was women's work. In July 1980, a new order came down that directly affected women employed by the state. Any woman who tried to enter a government office without covering her hair was stopped at the door. Guards were placed at ministry entrances to enforce this rule. Women were not warned or fined at first. They were simply turned away. Many were told not to come back until they followed the dress code. For women who depended on their jobs, this was devastating. Refusing the hijab now meant risking unemployment and public shame. The pressure didn't stop there. In 1981, the rule was expanded beyond government buildings. Hijab became mandatory in all public spaces. Streets, buses, shops, and parks were now included. Checkpoints appeared in cities where officers stopped women to inspect their clothing. Compliance was no longer optional anywhere outside the home. What a woman wore now determined whether she could move freely through her own city. By 1983, the government made the consequences unmistakably clear. A new criminal law spelled out punishment for violating the dress code. Under this law, a woman whose hair was uncovered could be sentenced by a court to up to 74 lashes. At the same time, the state fully revived severe Islamic punishments for sexual behavior. Crimes like adultery, fornication, and what the law called moral corruption were treated as major offenses. These charges often carried sentences of hundreds of lashes. In some cases, they could even lead to execution. During the early 1980s, thousands of women and men were sentenced to flogging, especially for accusations related to adultery or corruption on earth. Human rights groups later documented what this meant in
Jenny, you know what? I wish that you were one of those women. I wish you were. Sometimes I think that's the only way people learn. Maybe you've never been whipped in your life, but believe me, getting whipped is no fun. I used to get abused with whips, electrical cords. I used to get beat down to the point where I couldn't stand up. You think what these women are going through is nothing? You ungrateful biatch. You're lucky that you are in this country. You're lucky that you're not suffering like these women did back in this day. And for all those 30,000 plus Iranian innocent citizens, civilians, that got killed by their own government. You know what? Get the hell out of my chat. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna continue to play that video. The description has the link to this video if you want to watch all of it. Listen, you are always gonna get the worst part of me when you don't really give a shit about human rights. I hear this human rights from the left all the time. Human rights. And here we are. And these morons are over here where they really need to say human rights. They sit there and talk shit about the people that are suffering in today's age. This is how they talk about us because of libtards.
Trump, he wants to choose the ولي الفقيه in Iran. يعني this man is stupid and crazy. يعني he doesn't know what I don't know. You can't. You have to think. Take 15 minutes to think what to say. Huh? You want to choose the ولي الفقيه? He thinks ولي الفقيه is one of the gangs of those drugs smugglers. That's what he lives with. This is how they are. Look at the leadership here and the leadership here. This Sayyid al-Khamenei, رضوان الله عليه, the mu'min, the صاحب taqwa, the humble man, the mujahid man. Everybody loves him. مستضعفون loves him. All over the world, the mazloom people love him. Huh? And he didn't do any bad to anybody. But just I would like to congratulate us and congratulate the whole Al-Ummah Al-Islamiyya, Shi'at Ahl al-Bayt, by the election of Mujtaba al-Khamenei, Sayyid Mujtaba al-Khamenei, inshallah. That was a very important and blessed step.
This is a Muslim here in Florida. A Muslim in Florida talking shit about our president of the United States of America and praising Khamenei and the Mustab that has been supposedly, put into power, which, by the way, we believe today now that he is dead. There's no proof of life of anything from him. But this is what's in our country. It's funny. One of the guys that really hates me being on here is that, they always say, why don't you go back to Honduras, right? He's always asking me if my loyalty is to the United States of America or to Honduras. And I always say to the United States of America. Plain and simple. These guys, even though they live in this country, listen to the hypocrisy, or is it really a hypocrisy? I think they are here for a reason. I'm not stupid. They are here for a reason. If they can talk about our president and our nation as if there were terrorists on the other side of the ocean, on the other side of the hemisphere, and they are right here, interesting. Why don't he go live on a blue state? Go live in California. Go live in New York where they want all the migrants. Nope, he's in Florida where it's cheaper, where it's better, where there's less taxes. Isn't that very convenient and very interesting? Isn't it interesting how people actually look at life in the United States of America, how much better they have it, and yet they can't stop talking shit about us? It's the stupidest thing I've seen in my life. And we're supposed to just sit here and take it. They want us to be like, oh, remember, you're a Christian. You can't say that. Shut the hell up. I'll say what I want. We have a law in this country. We have rights. We have a constitution that belongs to American citizens, not to illegal immigrants. Anyways, I don't even want to hear this guy. It makes me sick. What the hell is this? New York City spends more per homeless per person than the median New York City household earns, $81,705 per person in the year 2020. $81,705 is a floor. It excludes supportive housing, $500 million a year, mental health response teams, New York encampment costs, etc. Spending tripled. The population grew 26%. Let me guess. Isn't New York a city for immigrants, led by immigrants, and now run by an immigrant? Hey, congratulations, you moron Donnie. So retarded. This is another retard. This is the governor here in Washington State. This is the guy that I'm going to go up against. He is doing so much damage to Washington State. He is doing a good job because I am feeling more and more demoralized about fighting for this state. It is ridiculous. I don't know. It has to be God that gives me the strength to continue, because I can tell you by everything that I see them get away with, it is appalling. It really is. Today I got a call from Bill. He is going to be running for governor up in Arizona. And I love the way that he gave me words of encouragement, and he encourages me to run for state governor here in Washington. And I appreciate all that. And, it's nice to have the support of the people, but, the will to continue to do it. People, you have this, this will to want to help people, but then it seems like the very same people that you're trying to help are the ones that are stepping on your head and keeping you down. It's like I have to fight them in order to help them. And I can't find it sometimes. Like, it's so easy to want to give up on this, and this is probably something that I shouldn't say out here, because people are going to say, oh, hey, it's working. Let's keep on it. Don't get it twisted. the more you fight me, the more I fight back because I'm a fighter. But moral-wise, it is demoralizing. Not that I'm going to stop doing it because I will give it a shot. No doubt. But it feels like sometimes it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Many people are leaving Washington State. Millionaires are leaving. Rich people are leaving Washington State. It takes time to migrate. It takes time to sell property. Maybe they don't want to sell the property, but it's too expensive. Energy costs, electricity. It gets expensive. I get it. I get it. Because the campaign for governor is not for this year in midterms. You don't become a governor at midterms. You have to wait. I cannot start campaigning until I am official in the books. And that doesn't happen until the first week or so of May. So I need to have $2,200 because they want you to, the fee is 10% of the salary for the governor's position. So I have to pay $2,200 just to put my name on the ballot. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to get the position, obviously. It depends on the people who vote. But the fact is that it's $2,200 that I might be just out of, you know. And is it worth it for people that are ungrateful? Is it worth it for people who don't want to change? Is it worth it to go and waste that money and time and effort for people that are just going to vote to destroy the state anyways? I don't know. Thank you, Tan. I appreciate you, sis. I hear your words. I hear your words. I read it. Brian, Solj, it's people like you that are always bringing up Israel. We have no problem with Israel. Get over yourself. That's so funny. Why do people always do that? Why do they always do that? Why it doesn't matter? It doesn't matter who is fighting Israel. For some reason, for this people, it's always Israel is the bad guy. Always. Why is that? Why are they always saying Israel? It could be Russia against Israel, and they will still blame Israel. It could be China versus Israel, and they will still blame Israel. I don't understand. Thank you, Jason. Do you know how big Iran is compared to Israel? Have you seen the map? Israel is very insignificant in that land. And everybody wants to take them out. Why? There is plenty of land everywhere else. Let them be. I just don't think there is anything nice about these Muslims in the Middle East. And the problem is that with those Muslims who I think they're invading us. But for those Muslims who really are looking for a better place to live, they sure don't help. They sure don't help us help them. They are destroying our cities. For Pete's sakes, the only thing that is good in Minnesota when it comes to jobs is fake jobs. They use the federal funds to pretend that there is employment, that there is health taken care of. They don't care. Fraud, waste, and abuse. Millions of dollars through the airport, unchecked. How? I go down somewhere with $10,000 and I am questioned about who my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother was. $10,000. I can't even carry that much cash. And they have suitcases with millions of dollars. They not only go through the airports here, but the airports in Europe, all the way to Somalia. How did nobody know there was money, millions of dollars in that suitcase? Nobody questioned there is a package with money, millions of dollars. Nobody questions this. That's because there's a lot of people on the inside. Period. 80%, brother. 80% of Somalians on government assistance. Of course they spend money in their stores. You go to the malls in Minnesota, it's Somaliland. It's not the Americans. It's not black Americans. It's not the white Americans. It's not Hispanic Americans. It's Somalians. It looks like the Middle East. That is crazy. Nothing against people of other colors and races. I don't care about that. But it's very obvious who is taking advantage of our government, our system, and our country, and our rights. $30 million, brother. $30 million. Zinc Roofer, if you have to ask me what my job is, bro, you don't pay attention, do you? This is my job. You know, I find it interesting. Why do people think that this is not a job? Why do you think this is not a job? I dare you to come and do everything that I do every day. I dare you to do it. I dare you to put the hours that I put into this. You think research is a 15-minute task? It takes me hours and hours daily. You're like one of those racer slave drivers. You don't believe people that put out work, that provide a service, should get paid. It's not a real job unless you're roofing, right, Zinc Roofer? That's not how it works. How come you don't go to other chat channels and tell them that? Why do you guys come into my channel to say that kind of stupid things? Thank you, D-Man. Appreciate you, man. Samuel, appreciate you. I see you, brother. I'm sorry I haven't said hello to everybody like I normally do. I just want to know, why do you come into my channel? Like, okay, I want to ask you something. Why do you find it that is your duty to come into one miserable channel with maybe 50 people on it and come in here and just spew hate? Tell me, what is the purpose? What is your purpose? Give me that. I really wish that Cuba was an American territory, to be honest. And I don't know, it looks like maybe Marco Rubio would be a great governor there, or AKA president of Cuba. I really think that Cuba should be an American territory. We will take care of Cubans better than they have been taken care of by this communist Sandinist. And not only that, but I think Nicaragua is next on the list of attacks. If you haven't noticed by now, we are little by little getting rid of extreme communist countries. Nicaragua has been under extreme communism for, I don't even know how long. Decades and decades. More decades than I am old. It has been horrible. Horrible. I know. Ronald Reagan tried to do some shady stuff over there thinking it was the right thing to do. He tried to do the own thing. I get it. But you know what? Somebody had to try. You know, the problem is that, you know, people criticize our military for doing the things that they do, and yet when shit hits the fan, they're nowhere to be found to put their faces to it. Damn the government if they go do this, but if they do right, everybody stays quiet. They don't give credit where credit's due. So I want to know, Eric, why are you here? I want to hear an answer. I want to read an answer. Let me see who else is here hating on me. Here we go. You should be supporting instead of you look like a fool. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, buddy. But buddy, go ahead and tell me. I don't know if that's to me, but if you are talking to me, I want you to tell me, why are you here? No, but why are you here? You're not here to help. You're not here to encourage. I got nothing from you. So just tell me, why? Why are you here? I want to know why the angry vet is here with me every day, just hating, just saying lie, lie, lie. What? Why are you here? What is your purpose? I really want to understand. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. I thought you were talking to me. I don't know who you're talking about, but you have a Trump picture. I was confused. You know what's funny, Eric? You haven't put not one super chat on there, and you expect me to read your little great letters. I already told people many times, if you're going to demand that I answer your question, you better put a super chat on that. Don't be cheap. And if you don't find any value on that, then just go to another channel. It's very simple. There's very leftist channels that I'm sure that you're going to love. Okay? If it disappoints you that I don't like to debate you, okay, go to a different channel. I'd rather have 10 people with me but are supportive and are going to help me fight to make a change than to have 100 people that are mostly bots, mostly trolls, meaning that they have no purpose in life but to be negative. I just don't need that. So, and I don't like to just block people. Like we have Vet in the doghouse for like over a month, I think. I felt bad for him. I let everybody out of the doghouse, and they just don't come here to give me anything constructive. None whatsoever. That's the unbelievable thing. Yeah, this guy. Let's see.
Let's take gratitude in the fact that we're here in the great state of Florida. Part of power building is building a pipeline of leaders. I want to see, inshallah, one day governor of the state of Florida is a Muslim. Everybody say inshallah. The House has Muslims in there. Say inshallah. Senators, Muslim senators, say inshallah.
Muslims are men who defend themselves, they defend their religion, they defend their principles, what they believe in. They don't apologize about jihad. They're not afraid of jihad. It's a part of who we are.
No, it's not a part of who you are. It's a part of what you're choosing to be. That's not who you are. You are not born Muslim. I don't care what they tell you. You have a choice. Do you see what they're doing here in the United States of America? They have millions of Muslims, and they are training them to take over government. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. And you hear it. They're not going to back down from jihad law. They're not going to back down from Sharia law. They are getting inside the government. Look at New England. Look at New England. Look at England, the UK. They're useless. They are hopeless. There's nothing they can do because the people in power are Muslims now. And they can't shut them up because they're weak-ass Christians. The moment they say, oh my gosh, you're a Christian, you can't say that. They got him. They got him by the balls. Just like that. Just making them sound like, oh my God, you're a Christian. How dare you say that? Shut up. We are going to talk back. We are going to defend our country. We are not going to let terrorists take over our country. You will not change our laws. I'm telling you, man. I am telling you, for your sakes. And I mean, you know what? Maybe most of the people that come in here are not they're not Americans. Maybe they're not Americans. I don't even know why I bother. I don't even know why I bother with them. You cannot be American. There's no way that you're an American citizen talking the way you talk, believing the way you believe. There's no way that all these people are Americans supporting terrorists taking over their country. I just can't. I refuse to believe. I refuse to believe. All right. I'll give you a chance. I'll give you a chance to call. You can go ahead and call me, Brian Addington. Show me how beautiful, smart, and wise you are And why don't you go ahead and just teach me a lesson here. And tell me what you are doing to protect the United States of America. That's what I want to know. How are you protecting American values? If you call, that's what I want to hear. I do not want to hear a question. You know what I believe and what I say. I want you to tell me how you are protecting American values. And don't even bring the Constitution when it comes to illegal immigrants because that's very anti-American. Go ahead. Give me a call. I show you videos of evil Islam. I talk to you that there's good Muslims out there. But the majority of the people that come to this country, they don't come here because you're wonderful. They come here because they're envious of you. They are jealous of you. They hate that you are prosperous. They hate that you are free. And they use the minority victim card because that is the one thing that here in America has divided us since the Obama administration. Everything was going great until Obama came into office. So go ahead and please tell me how you are defending American values. Thanks for calling. Who's calling?
It's Eric.
Eric. Okay, tell me how you're defending American values, Eric, because all I hear from you is shit. Change my mind.
Yeah, that's not why I'm calling, Dennis, and you know that.
Well, you don't tell me anything constructive on the chat. Everything is lies, negative. I don't hear nothing.
I told you plenty.
You think I'm reading every single comment you put on there? No, I'm not reading every single comment you put on there. That's why I said put a super chat. Otherwise, stop bitching about it. It's not being rude.
I have to pay you.
If you want to demand my attention, absolutely.
I don't want to support you. I don't want to support you.
Then okay, then just hang up, bro. just hang up. I don't need your support. Okay, I don't need your support. Just here. Matter of fact, I'm going to help you out. Get the hell out of my chat. Don't come back. You're banned. You're not coming back. I want you to understand something. It's not that I am being triggered with anything. I want you to tell me. I want you to convince me that you are looking after the American values, the American culture, this country. I want you to please tell me that you stand for this country. And if you don't stand for this country, then get the hell out of my chat. I want to gather Americans who care about the United States of America. I don't care about arguing with aristocrats or any other idiot that thinks that they can roast me and cook me. Because you're not going to do it. Your opinion might differ than mine. I want you to convince me that you stand for America. Do you understand? Why is that so hard? I get a lot of illegal immigrants that call here and they just hate Americans. And the white, guilty, socialist, liberal Americans are the ones that bend the knee to these cowards. How is that? You got to tell me, how are you defending American values? Come on. I want to know that you at least care about that, and then we can have a conversation. You just can't beat me with that stuff. Do you understand? In order for you to get something from me, you must gain my favor. If you don't want to support me, okay, fine. Then get the hell out of my chat. If you don't want to pay, don't pay. But stop demanding something like I owe you. I don't owe you jack squat. You understand? You might think this is not a real job. My time is very valuable. So if you don't appreciate my time, get the hell out of my chat. It's very simple. I hope you understand that. Hey, thanks for calling. Who's calling?
It's Tandy. Hi.
Oh,
Brother
Tangy,
Herrera.
sister, you better say something. Calm my blood down a little bit. I need some
Yeah,
sugar.
I'm gonna say, what?
Let it drip, woman.
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna let it rip. Cause listen, you got a bunch of these millennials and Gen Zs that don't know shit. There's a bunch of them that don't know shit. They went to the retarded school. Sorry. They don't know nothing. They don't know about nothing about the Constitution. You got to tell these dumbasses that this country wasn't stolen. A war happened. The war was won. They got in charge of this. You know, they got possession of the country. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Anybody who want to talk about the Constitution, these ain't nothing but KKK offsprings talking.
Ouch.
It's a bunch of
Yep.
KKK offsprings talking, and they always want to say, you know, and they sound like straight up white supremacy. They be saying, who's going to pick the tomatoes? Who's going to pick this? Well, bitch, we've been picking cotton. My whole black family's been picking cotton. This is not a fucking stolen land.
Yeah.
It was black Americans who was stolen from Africa and sold out of Africa and Cuba and brought to America to help build this country. And if you want to talk about who was the goddamn, who was the goddamn farmers? Oh, who's gonna farm? Well, you can give some of the farms back to the black folks that was stolen from them, and back to the old school Mexicans that was stolen from them.
Yeah.
You give back to them because we didn't want to just pick cotton. Okay, we were medicinal. We were a medicinal people.
Yeah.
Mexicans were the Mexicans that came and migrated here when it was a free world, and black folks who came in chains. And 14th Amendment belonged to the black folks. So I want all the dumbass KKK offspring, Caucasian dumbasses. If you don't like this country and your wild head, weird ass sister with all them damn color hairstyles in her hair, she don't know, she's so confused, her hair is confused. If you don't like this damn country, y'all need to leave. I heard a weirdo, excuse me, I take that back. I heard a confused lady say she would rather go to Iran because it's more freer than America. Well, girl, go get your passport. All of y'all, go get your passport. Some of y'all is cowards. And Dennis over here trying to tell y'all the truth, and you guys are over here being real disrespectful on the chat. And you got a weird ass flamboyant Negro named Eric. He out here talking, I don't want to support you. Well,
why you here, right? Why are you here? Like, what is your purpose? I asked that question. What is your purpose? I just want to know, what is your purpose? To hate you. Okay, then just leave.
He don't have a purpose. He's a soy boy. He don't have a purpose. He just want to run his goddamn mouth because he's a coward. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Number one, no one's going to ask you to go to war because you're not going to fight. You're a coward. Secondly, Dennis, go ahead and go for it. Don't get too stressed out on the BS. You know what I'm saying? After what we done seen with the Jasmine Crockett shit and all that stuff, you can run for governor and win in Washington D.C. You know how many people you'll have so many people. You gotta get you a little team behind. You all gotta write some things that you won't. You may not want to not understand how to say it right because you're just new at it. But $2,200. Baby, we can all kind of chip in some money and get you that $2,200 just for your name to be up on there. What you do, get you a team. It don't matter where. Get you a team. Y'all sit down and y'all talk about it. You know what I'm saying? You want someone that's positive. You don't want nobody who because some folks here, they're so used to being lazy and don't want to do shit, don't want to get up and help, do nothing, but they want to complain while they're here. They can leave. Yeah. It's just that damn simple. Don't complain about this damn country and then you still get to go home and eat a goddamn sandwich when you feel like it.
True.
There's just too many things out there. So, yeah, tell that fruit boy he got to go. Eric, I already, listen, I'm not a mod. I blocked somebody for you because he was over here talking major disrespect. I was like, oh, hell no. You on the wrong chat. You ain't even combative. And they over here sound like bitches. These are dudes. It's like, dude, y'all supposed to be men. This is why I'm glad Donald Trump is the president. He bringing manhood back to this country that's hurting a whole bunch of soy boys.
Yeah,
y'all gotta start reading. Listen, I'm gonna let you go because I'm ADHD and it's kicking in real good.
Me too.
I'm gonna say this.
I know, me too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. I appreciate your channel. I love to watch your channel. You don't always, I don't always catch you when I need to catch you, but I always watch you, even if towards the end. I always watch you, even if I missed your channel live. But I will say this. Go ahead and get you a team. and we will be supporting you big time. And you gonna say what you gonna say. Everybody say whatever the hell they want to say, so you can say what's necessary and stuff. Don't be afraid of shit. And I do want to say this.
Thank you.
I'm so glad Donald Trump bringing manhood back to this damn country. Him, J.D. Vance, Elon Musk, all the men, all the alpha men. We needed men so bad.
Yeah.
Everybody been so damn anti-men so goddamn much
Yeah.
that you got dudes growing up want to be ladies because they hate women.
Yeah.
And the Democratic Party never liked women. They've always been anti-woman. So whoever talking about women's rights, you have to be a Republican to understand women's rights. You don't have women's rights as a Republican Party, as a Democratic Party. My bad. You don't, because they want you to go and abort babies. And I misunderstood a lot of shit. Like, I'm pro-choice and I choose to have all my kids. Like, pro-choice is the same as pro-life.
Yeah.
I'm choosing to have my babies. Pro-life means you can have a baby, but if you can't raise them, give them up for an adoption.
There you go.
I don't want to abort.
Yeah.
But you, and another thing, in California, Dennis, in California, doctors and nurses, those pedia people, when you pregnant and a woman is pregnant, they always want to try to jam abortions down your damn throat. These women over here in California do not want abortions. But they scared because they don't have support. They have the men aren't there. Or you got the men that says don't have the baby. I had one tell me that. Don't have no baby. I'm not feeding it extra miles. See, people don't want to talk about that shit. They want to think women just run to go get abortions. You know, abortions are painful. That's mentally painful and it's physically painful. You don't know what the hell these doctors are doing to you while they trying to take that baby out of you. Those abortions are not some fun shit in the park. It's not. And women can die in that table just for an abortion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They give you problems when you're pregnant with a boy. They don't want you to have a man child because they're afraid you're going to have a man. He's going to grow up and be a man. So they want to sit here and give you a fucking option. It's always if you're pregnant with a son.
Yeah.
They don't never say shit if you're pregnant with daughters. And I don't like that shit. And yet they're anti-girls.
And you know what? They have been making this big movement, this big push for just if you pay attention to, I'm sure you have, but I'm saying like people, right? If people pay attention to what's happening, just check it out. Like, they want men to be women. They want abortion for all Americans, not for Muslims. And the most affected culture, the most affected ethnicity in this country is black people. And, you know, they don't care. They pretend to like the black people, but they don't help the black community. They still look at them as a 3/5. That's what that's what they do.
3/5 of human. That's why they hated Trump. Did you remember? Do you ever seen this guy? He claims he's a Republican. He looked like a fucking Hitler. And he went out. He was the one that went inside the rally and he was talking about nigger, the N-word, this N-word, that, and he got his ass whipped by his own party, the Democrats, the liberals.
No, I haven't heard of this.
Okay, so this dude in the beginning, and if I find him, I'm gonna send you the video.
Okay.
This dude was the main dude when Trump was going for his third term.
Third term.
Third term for the presidency. He said that the person that's the enemy of this country is Trump. And he said it with his own mouth. And I'm going to bring you that video. He said, and it was on TikTok, he said, Trump needs to hang like the rest of the N-words. He used the N-word very freely. Okay? He said because Trump is a disgrace to the whites, to the white people of his white nation that built this country, and he's a disgrace to this country. When he said that, I said, "Ooh, I need to tell some black folks this on YouTube because Donald Trump was representing black folks just like John Brown was representing black folks and included us. The first in history on his first term included us as part of society. Yeah. Humankind and American society. He, for the first time, Obama never did it, but guess what? Obama mama white, so he gonna side with his white side. He from the blood of his mama. You know what I'm saying? Then he had a stepdaddy that he was raised by was Indonesian, so he's the first illegal alien president of the United States. But this is how the Democrats roll. Yeah. They cheat. They give money away. And I love the way Trump told Ayatollah, first of all, you're not going to bribe us for no money to not buy my country. You're not going to buy my country, and I'm not giving you no money. Now what?
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody else gave them money to keep on building these weapons, and you got dumbasses and some black folks too talking about Trump started this war. No, you're a dumbass. No. Had you been listening, they've been threatening this country for the goddamn longest because you're free, bitch.
That's right. Man, why can I have people like you over here in Washington? I'm such a loner over here. It's like so hard to find people that will stand up for Republicans here in Washington. I'm gonna tell you, it's the truth. It's so hard to find people. I'm telling you, there's nobody here, it seems like, that wants to fight for Washington State anymore. Everybody has given up or has just turned, they just vote blue now. They just don't even think. They just vote blue like, sheep.
And complain. They vote blue and complain like dumb bitches. That's something mentally wrong with someone to continue. We left the blue party in California a long time ago, but I didn't vote no damn more blue. I didn't vote Obama one time because I wanted to give that shit a try and see what the hell he gonna do since he was a perceived black man. Just to find out this motherfucker is biracial. He ain't black and he didn't like us. He didn't care about us and none of that stuff. He wasn't for us like at all.
Yeah.
At all. As a matter of fact, he's the biggest bloodbath president of the black community. So anytime, every other day, a black person get killed, and if every time enough people complain about a black person get killed by an unarmed crooked cop, then you got a Latino out of nowhere, mind his own business, finna come home from work and he get followed by the police and they kill him. So it's like black, brown, black, brown.
Yeah.
So they was playing with us the whole time. Oh, the black and brown community. And we just said there is no black and brown community because while black and some browns are going through it, why is the browns having issues with the other browns? And they think that, because illegal immigrants. What about the immigrants that came here legally? They came here legally. Now they getting treated like shit over here because they don't have papers. They can't vote. I can't use you because you legal. And so freaking what? Then you gonna charge them hella money in taxes because they came from a previous country that they're done with.
You said something very important on there, and that's something that people always miss when I'm talking about immigration. Legal migrants that came here. There is so many, there's like millions, literally millions of people who are not illegal, but they are not residents. They are still with TPS for decades, and they shouldn't be. TPS is a temporary thing. But the problem is that these people don't get their paper or their cases moved as fast because we continue to have this illegal immigration and having this mass illegal immigration. When you've seen it on the chat sometimes when they call me a coconut, right? I'm a brown man trying to be white. I'm a sellout to my people. Well, who am I a sellout to when I'm trying to fight for those who came here, legitimately came here? I'm a sellout if I don't fight for them. And if I continue to support illegal immigration, I'm leaving them behind. And guess what? I'm a big believer of first come, first serve. You don't cut the line, baby.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. The sellout shit is played out because the only sellout is the people who supports Democrats. If you support fucking up this country, then you the fucking sellout. If you black and you over here siding with all the illegal motherfuckers and they're making all this money off the backs of and stealing food out your kids' mouth, you're the tap dancer. You're the coon. You're the sellout because you let Massa tell you to go out there and protest. You let Massa tell you to go and do a No Kings march, and you got your white supremacist offspring outside with the goddamn billboards say no kings. Like who the fuck go to England with that shit?
I think Coyote says that he's gonna escape the country by riding his $100 billion invisible high-speed train system to the Leering Center.
I love it. Look. See if you can get some money from Gavin Newsom. You can lie to him. He like crooked ass people. Ask Gavin Newsom if you could go ahead and say, I'm here to help build this train rail, and I can help Silicon Valley so I can shut Trump up. Just to get the money from Gavin Newsom, he gonna steal some money from illegals. Whatever. Because let me tell you what he's trying to do. He's trying to tell us that we gotta pay taxes for what do you call it?
Miles?
For the miles and shit, right? Yeah. So I'm like, nah, you better get those sanctuary cities to do it. You want their ass here. So this is what I'm saying. We could sit there and tell them, and this country is free. We could tell you, hell, fucking no, you don't qualify for our tax money.
Right. I
No,
agree. Yeah.
we too busy being we too busy being what do you call that? How should I say? Because I be saying it to my son sometimes when he do all that whining and shit. You know what I'm saying? He a little kid. I'll be saying victim. Why we always want to act like a goddamn victim sometimes? You got somebody you barely know. And Gavin Newsom is a creep. I want everybody to know about Gavin Newsom more so than anything. Y'all study Gavin Newsom. You're going to find out how weird this motherfucker is. This dude like grown men like little kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that's that Clover law. That's not an alleged. That's facts. And he's in your face talking about it. All right. But listen, he was the one that was talking about. He was the one else. He was the one that was talking about to black folks that he's not trying to be better
The
than
SATs.
us. He's just trying. He said he can't read.
He's just as dumb as black people, is what he said. That's what he said.
And I'm looking at him like, who? I said, my son can read a 6th grade reading level. He's a 2nd grader. So what the hell is wrong with this dude? Anyway.
You know what's crazy? In Honduras, we this is one of the things that I want for the United States of America. In Honduras, when I was in 6th grade in Honduras, man, our schooling in Honduras was so hardcore back then. I don't know now. It's probably changed, but it was so hardcore. We were in the same class with Asians, with blacks, more darker Indians than me, light skin, etc. And I'm going to tell you, one of the smartest girls, because to us in Honduras, girls, most likely, the girls have pretty handwriting and they're smarter than us. Listen, we are just bricks compared to these women, okay? Just so that you know. And so, we're not like, we're ignorant. We're smart, but compared to them, we're bricks. And so we used to partner up together. And, they were just like, to me, they were like geniuses. Just like, how did you know that? I read that. I didn't see that, and okay, got you. And and it wasn't like, it was the white girl. No, actually there was no white girl. There was a black girl and a brown, because we have different names for skin colors. Like for example, for black, right? You're negro, and then you have, if you're like light skin, dark, you're trigueño. And canela, which means cinnamon. Yeah, cafecito. Yeah. So we have all these color shades that we can call each other, but at the end of the day, we are just Hondurans, and the discrimination between men and women in Honduras, it's an American thing, because we didn't have that back then. I mean, maybe back in the 60s, 50s, women that stayed home, that's all changed. Today, 20, 30 years ago, that's not the same in Honduras, man. Women, if they want to go to work, okay. Hey, you want to get hit like a man? Well, you get hit like a man. You want to give up your protection rights? Sure, go ahead. But I'm telling you, I don't know about you, but if I was, this is going to be gay. If I was a woman, I will always be a strong woman because of my mother. But I want my man to be stronger than me, not weaker.
Straight up.
And that's just what I think. And, I will tell you, and this is not to boast, it's not to make me or my wife look better. My wife will probably kick 70% of men's ass. But she's not gonna beat me. I will tell you that right now. And my wife is Samoan. She slap you, she'll make you see stars.
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
She got that heavy hand.
That's a poly queen.
That's a poly queen. That's right.
I'm gonna tell you something. She would definitely whoop a soy boy ass, because that's what the majority of these men out here. If they don't know how to, they always want they quick to call the police too. They don't. But I'm gonna tell you like this. We gotta sit together in a way where we can't let a bunch of folks just want to destroy the country. You just see some people just don't get it. They're mentally they're mentally out of sync, and they just want this country destroyed just to be right, not because they really want it destroyed. That's how confused and witty they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
You know, not to cut you off, man, you and me are the same with ADHD.
Yeah.
It's so hard for me to pause for you, but you know, it's so difficult because and people will not understand this, and they probably think that they're beating me at this, and they have no idea. My problem is that I have this what we call anxiety, and it's not like an attack anxiety. The anxiety that I'm describing is more like put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. You know, I want to get to it. That type of what is that? Yeah, it is anxiety. It's anxious. I'm very anxious to get into the fight, and I have to
you're
wait.
passionate.
I have to
That's
wait.
called-
I have to wait until May
that's
until it's
called being-
official.
Yeah, that's called being passionate, though, brother. That's not, you know, that's
Yeah,
all
I
that
mean, I
is.
am
That's
passionate.
just-
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's just being passionate, and people don't understand that because they got that damn. Let me tell you, my son is like you. Okay, he like that, especially when he knows something he wants you to hear and see. But let me
Yeah.
tell you something.
Yeah.
My son don't go to look. He homeschool. He go to homeschool. He K-12, and this is last year there. Okay, because they own that because California is they don't think we know. Everybody's not stupid. Anything Trump is saying, they're going against. Trump said no more DEI in the schools. Well, my son don't go to early morning schools. He's going to miss a whole hour of class because they teach DEI in the morning. And my son, you're not teaching my baby confusion. Fuck you, bitches. You're not going to tell my son for him to say he like a girl that he's violating a girl's rights.
Yeah.
These are second graders.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah,
So-
well, you know, but I see the people on the chat, and I can't read everything. You know, sometimes I feel bad because you see my blues and greens. They're paying me monthly because they show me that support, right? I feel bad because I can't read every single comment. They don't understand that the purpose on this show. They just think it's, you know what? It will be easier for me to make you guys a video. And then you listen, like it or not. Maybe I'll get 5 views. Who cares? It's easier for me to make a video. Does it take me longer? Yes, it takes me hours and hours to edit and put a video together. But it's so
that's not
less
easy.
stressful. It's less stressful. But I figure that I give people a live feel, and I have to concentrate on my thoughts because I don't have a script. You know, I have to concentrate on my thoughts. I'm trying to pay attention to people. I'm trying to give them some entertainment. I want to make them feel acknowledged. I want to be able to answer their question. But instead, I get people like Eric that calls in. I don't want to support you. Okay, what do you want to do? You want to just
why you
upset
calling?
me? You want to
This
just
is good.
fight me? What is it? Do you not appreciate that
Eric-
somebody's putting his time aside to come over here
Eric,
and talk with people? That's crazy.
Well, Eric misses his boyfriend. He want to fight somebody. He don't. He needs somebody to be his boyfriend for the
Damn
night.
shame.
Unfortunately, you're hetero, so that's not gonna work. And
That's a damn shame.
you know, and he's not gonna talk to no woman. So that's just out of the question.
Thank you,
but-
sis. You know what? Your words mean a lot to me. I love it when you get into it because, you know, it's good to know once in a while, you know, I get Hoopty West or Robert or somebody else that calls me in and they just give me their input, you know, and people, they insult us and they say all these nasty things about you, me, and whoever else supports me. But, you know, it's like, we're in the same boat, you know, and it's like if I didn't care about this country, do you know how much money I can make right now by going against President Donald Trump? There is so
Exactly.
much money to be made to go against Trump, but there is no money to be made to go with Trump, and that's the
Well, for
difference.
black folks, it is. I'm telling you right now, we ain't those who ain't. Listen, I'm gonna let you know a secret. Black folks who've been going up against Donald Trump because they believe he was a racist lost a lot of goddamn money.
Yeah,
And they don't understand how come they have a hard time with their housing, and they don't understand all this stuff they were talking about, right?
Yeah.
And they're the ones who say I'm following Trump because of Art of the Deal and all this shit, and they're like, oh man, I got business being made because of Donald Trump. I'm
Yeah.
making money because of Donald Trump. Well, I'm about to make 96 plus $120,000, but I don't because of Donald Trump. He
Yeah.
done brought my damn income back in place. So it's like when he wasn't the president, I wasn't making shit. I was in the homeless shelter. I was getting pushed to the curb. The housing that was supposed to be for me and my son was replaced by illegal immigrants here in Redwood City. There's a bunch of homeless motherfucking Americans in Redwood City right now, up and down, worse than anything. But they trying to hurry build these nice apartments to put these illegals up in here so they can hide them. And I'm telling everybody, I know where all the sanctuary cities are. All you gotta do is let me know. I'll let ICE know, and I know, and I'll get those forms, and I tell you where all the sanctuary cities at, because they won't even give us resources, the resources that we need. They won't give to us. Oh, you're in the wrong district. Oh, we know what that's about. They're trying to cheat. They've been wanting these illegals to keep voting and keep their asses in office. But F that, and watch out for these rhinos, because they're nothing but Democrats. And I told people what rhinos are. If they got democratic values and they're going up against they're going up against the Republicans all the damn time and don't want American people to have no type of prosperity because they hate Trump and they register as a Republican. They're rhinos, but they're Democrats. People could call them rhinos, but they're just nothing but Democrats. They're Democrats. They believe in democratic values. They don't give a hell. And they're the overseer of the Republicans. They're not Republicans.
Yeah.
So I want people to stop thinking Republicans are the racist people and it's bad on both sides.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
it's just too many damn people.
You know
who
what?
want to infiltrate.
There was was it governor, mayor? Or I can't remember what the hell she was running for, but she was saying that she was running as a Republican, but she's not. Like she literally just out in the open, just doesn't care. I'm running as a Republican, but I'm a Democrat. Like, and I guess it's not legal. I guess it's not legal to mislead the people. But lying comes so easy for Democrats, apparently.
But it should be against the law. It should
It
be
should
against
be.
the law.
Absolutely, it should be.
So let me tell you. So the dude I was telling you about that looked like a young version of Hitler. He probably is a reincarnation of Hitler. So
That's
this the
horrible.
one that got his ass whooped by his own people, by his own liberal people. He the one went up. He was in the middle of the thing talking about nigger this, nigger that, but he's getting his ass whooped by a whole bunch of people, right?
Yeah.
And then he said he needs to restore the whites back in his rightful place here in America. So he's going to also register as a Republican, but he's not a Republican. He's a Democrat. And he only did that because he was upset that they jumped on him. His own people, his own KKK party jumped on him. They didn't even know because they're dumb. You know what I'm saying? Even the rioters, the protesters, they turn on their own people without even knowing that they're turning on their own people.
Yeah.
I've been watching some of those funny ass videos, watching a bunch of Democrat supporters when they come out and say stuff, and you got people who's gonna come out with the shirt. They trying to be funny, coming out with an American shirt so they can show you that they're gonna burn the shirt, but it's been too late because they got ADHD too. They ADHD. As soon as they see the flag wearing as a shirt, now they over here getting cussed out, punched in the face, and everything. It's like, damn, he's one of you.
I have to make a shirt. Let's see how many black women we get on my side and be like black sisters for Dennis. We're gonna.
They have white. Listen, they have white men for Kamala.
Oh yeah, that's true. Hey, listen to this. This is the most recent post from Donald Trump. Wow. Venezuela defeated Italy tonight 4-2 in the WBC in baseball, women's baseball. Semifinal. He's being funny. They are looking really great. Good things are happening to Venezuela lately. I wonder what this magic is all about. Statehood 51, anyone? President Donald J. Trump. You gotta admit, you gotta love this president, man. He likes to troll people, but he's a fighter.
You know, CNN has started kissing his ass. They started to be an ass kisser. And I told people this war not gonna last long. It's gonna be a short damn war, and then everybody gonna start pretending like they never hated Trump. Watch what I tell you. I told everybody it was gonna be some infighting, and then the infighting is gonna be a small war in this country, but it's gonna be a small one. It's gonna be the one we can handle, and then after that, after almost 2 years pass, then everybody's gonna kind of get tired and they're gonna forget, or they're gonna start suing other people. You see what they doing to the Mondani. You got some folks out there trying to whoop Mondani ass, and Mondani ain't trying to hear that. He know where to avoid.
He'll get what his all these people that are fighting against us, all these people that are trying to infiltrate us. It's coming. Their day is coming, and I really
coming.
believe that God's justice will be served to and given in our country. I know He's watching. We have this saying, um, let the leash, what's it? Let the dog run with the leash on until the leash is at its end and pull back. That is exactly what they're doing. It's hard to translate it from Spanish to English, but literally is just letting you run with a rope tied around your neck, and as soon as the end of the rope snaps back, you just fall right on your ass. That is exactly what they're doing. They're getting away with
And
stuff
when
right now, but they're about to get yanked.
exactly, and now we say over here, let them get hit with that bullhorn.
Yeah, there you go. I like
Let them
that.
get hit with the.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, Dennis,
Thank you, sis.
I love
Appreciate
you.
you.
You keep
Oh,
on
I
telling
love
you
you
keep
too.
kicking ass over here, man. I love
Thank
your
you.
I love your content. I love the family that you roll with over here. They real supportive. Just want to
Yes,
tell
ma'am. I'm
everybody,
lucky. I'm blessed.
man, you blessed, and you got the best of the best at the time. That's why I said that's why I subscribe. Let me know. And I'll send y'all. I'll definitely find a way to support you. I'll send you a cash app or
Yeah,
something.
no,
Don't
no
worry about it.
problem. I can't get Cash App if somebody used my name, and I can't open an account with Cash App. Yeah,
Yep, they be doing
yeah,
that. They be on that scam. They be on that
yep,
scam. All right,
yeah,
we'll figure it out.
yep. All right, sis.
Post something. Post something, and we'll definitely send you something
Yeah,
so
once
you can put that money.
you know what, I'll probably on my lives. I'm gonna start putting some like maybe goals daily, so we can get the money in. And this is money that I'm not gonna spend. So there is money that I need to pay bills and all that stuff. That's fine, but there's gonna be money that's gonna be strictly just to reach that goal, and and we're just gonna try to catch that up. I know that Bernie and a couple of the members that I have, they Zelle money to me, but that's very personal information. They
Yeah,
got my personal number, and they have made transactions to my Zelle in my bank. Some people like Baba, they do my PayPal. PayPal is so easy to get. It's very cheap, to pay for transactions. YouTube, as you know, they take 30% of everything anybody gives me. So, if there is $1,000 in a month, I get 700 and minus taxes, and then YouTube takes the other 300. So it's like there's not much gain, for supers and things like that to come on the YouTube, but I still appreciate it, and not everybody has PayPal, so that's understandable. No big deal.
well, look. I'll tell you this, and I'll get off. You keep on. You don't put not one doubt. You ask God to give you the strength to move on, and there's no shutting of the door. The windows are not closed on you. You understand?
Amen.
And get you a team. Get you a team. And what I see a team of 4 or 5. No more than that. It's gonna be 5. It's gonna be 4 or 5 of y'all, and y'all gonna go strong together. Okay?
Yeah.
Especially you're gonna have a couple of sisters that's gonna be there for you. They gonna be whether they're Honduras sisters. There's gonna be some sisters that's gonna be there. That's gonna be your powerhouse and people who gonna write things and get everything together.
Yeah.
So y'all have a meeting and by your house, at your house, y'all have a meeting. Y'all do what y'all gotta do, and you gonna kick ass.
Yeah.
You will. Don't.
Yeah,
Don't think
I'll
that-
keep
don't
waiting
look
on the
at-
Lord. Yeah, I'll keep waiting on the Lord that He's going to give me that team, because we do need to have honest people on there.
Oh, you already got the team. You just don't know who they are yet.
Amen. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
you don't have to wait on nothing. Just start right now. There's gonna be folks coming for you. There's gonna be folks coming for you. Talking about Dennis, when are you gonna do this? Because I'm ready. I'm down. 'Cause
Yeah.
I can't wait. God already told me what I need to do. I'm gonna be the hammer in California. I am.
I appreciate
Speaking-
you, and I'll have you back over there, because I have a friend that's running for governor over there too, and I'm going to support him. So I don't know if you heard about Bill from Arizona. Have you heard me talking about him already?
Yep.
Yeah,
I heard you.
yeah. He's gonna
Yep,
have my
he
back
gonna
over
win.
here, and I'm gonna have his back. And you know what is so amazing, and it's beautiful, and it doesn't have to be Republicans. I don't care if they're Democrats, as long as they're willing to fight for the United States and Americans first. I cannot wait to be able to have those high up friendships that actually has the power to help people, that are
Yeah.
in their cities and states. I have served in so many occasions, and it has been the most rewarding to my heart, to my spirit and soul, to give to those who really need it. But the best, the ones that appreciate it, it's just like a hot flame in the middle of winter. It's phenomenal. It just melts you. It feels so good to give. It feels so good to to help.
I know.
It really
I
does.
can't wait. I'm telling you, I can't wait. I'm already doing what God telling me to do. He blessed me as I do it.
Thank you,
He
sis.
already know.
Appreciate
So
you.
I'm gonna before I go. I want to let you know the breaking news. California exposed paying homeless people $5 to commit fraud. See that?
Oh,
Gavin
fantastic.
Newsom in trouble. Gavin Newsom in trouble, y'all.
Well, I know some people should be in jail, and I don't think Trump is one of them. To be honest.
We know Trump ain't one of them.
Yeah.
Sorry. Y'all tried, but it didn't work.
Yeah. All right, sis. Have a good night. Thanks for the call. Appreciate you. Be blessed.
You too.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for that. And I watched the chat as our sister Tan is calling in. You know what? I appreciate the words of encouragement. I wish that there was more people on the left that, regardless of how they feel about Trump, what's crazy is this: they blame Trump for being best friends with Epstein. Okay, well, here I'm going to give you my story. I had who I thought was my best friend as well. He's a Mexican guy. I respect him. I still love him. I respect him. I respect his family, everything. Okay. I joined a entrepreneur venture business with him because I love him. He's one. I consider him my best friend. Here, I don't have many friends because I don't hang out with people that are after women or. As a married man, I don't want to hang out with guys that are looking out for other girls and getting people drunk. I don't do that stuff. So I don't have friends because of those reasons. But you know what? I think it's time. I've been really saying that when the time is right, I'm going to go back to church, and I think I'm going to go back to church. Maybe this Sunday will probably be the first Sunday that I go back to church, and maybe after church. After I take my wife and my kids for some lunch or something, I might come over and do a live and share with you guys the experience. But you know what? It's I'm finding that it doesn't matter what my faith or how strong I think my faith is in God. It's coming to a point where I'm starting to feel all these demons just attacking me daily. Demons attacking me daily. And my faith is strong, and my faith is not going to change in God. I mean, it is God that saved my life when I was 5 years old. I had a very spiritual encounter with God, and I'll never forget that. That's why my faith in God doesn't change, because I've had that. But I find that I need to find, Tan, you say God put something in your heart. And I'm going to tell you what's more fantastic, more phenomenal, more amazing, more powerful. There is nothing, most to me right now in this very moment, more powerful than confirmation from God. I have been praying and just thinking about, I need to, I don't know which churches yet. I got a couple in mind. I don't know which church is going to be. But today, you tell me, find your 4 or 5 people. God put that in your heart. You have to understand something. You don't have to deliver me the exact message that you want, but I will get the exact message that God wants for me. And that's exactly what I received tonight. On a Monday night, my next Sunday, I'm going to start visiting my churches. And I hope that I find one that I feel is going to be the one that I need to stay with permanently. And, what a better way to confirm God's will than to go back to a church and ask for prayer. Let my intentions know only to the pastor and ask for prayer. And continue to serve in the church, and maybe not serve as other people would, like deacons, because I feel like I need time for that. But I will definitely show my reverence to God in the temple, whether it be maybe it's a more what do they call that, non-denominational church? Maybe it's a Pentecostal. I don't know what the church is that God's gonna put me in, but I'm definitely more than willing to give it a shot and try to find a home church. So if anybody knows of any good churches that you may have some friends or family here, I would like to hear about it. Okay. And I think that finding a church is what I need spiritually. I need prayer warriors. I need people that are going to be behind me praying, just like I know a lot of the people that follow me or that are subscribed to my channel do pray for the United States of America. Maybe not directly for me, but they are praying to God for the bettering of this country and for protection. And you know what? I don't expect my language to change. Who knows? Maybe God will change it. All I can tell you is that, I'm not going to be allowing people that want to destroy our states and our country because I'm trying to watch my tongue. I am not going to pretend to be something that I'm not. I will always tell the truth. But don't tell me that my salvation depends on how you agree that my language should be spoken as. And I appreciate it. I think that's probably the biggest gift, and I hope that I follow up on it. I really I need a home church. I really do. So thank you, Tan. Appreciate you. Yes, I know my house is, but when it comes to this kind of tasks, when you're going to put yourself more than just what I do here every day, we're not going to be out there in the open, there might be, hundreds, if not thousands of people, that we're going to be reaching out. I'm hoping to get every single Democrat, every single Republican, every single independent. And people look at me and they hate me because of my relationship or my support for Trump. But this Mexican guy, whom I consider to be my best friend, here is how it goes. Now, he supports something illegal. I don't. So I parted ways, right? So he believed in illegal immigration. I don't. We're both migrants. Both of our families are migrants. But we came here legally. A lot of his cousins have come here illegally. Uncles are illegal. Aunties are illegal. I get it. You got family that came to this country illegally, but that doesn't mean that you, as a new American citizen, are going to allow people to break the law coming into this country illegally, because that, to me, my friends, is very anti-American. We just can't break the law, no matter how you look at it. I'm going to tell you, people can go ahead and hate me because I hang up on them, but I ask very, very, very clearly, give me your comment. Tell me how I can make the economy better. Tell me how I can secure the state. Give me a comment. Don't ask me questions because you hear everything that I'm telling you, and I am answering as many questions as I can on the people on the chat. But there it is. Like, for example, so when I look here and I do read a comment, right? Here's this guy, right? Now, he might be just a young teenager that has been taught bad by his parents, because who the hell says dookie nowadays? That's an old word from the 80s to me. But here we go. Madden says, you have no idea what American is. Is that right? Go ahead, Madden. Why don't you tell me what American is? You will not get more American than me, sir. You will not get more American than me. I'll tell you that right now. So why don't you go ahead and tell me? Go ahead and tell me what is American? What is American? Huh? My native people were born in this hemisphere, on this side of the hemisphere. Yeah, that's right. What do you think American is, my friend? Brian, love you, big bro. Robert, I love you as well. I thank you guys for your support. You know how it is. You come in here You give people some entertainment. Some appreciate it. Some don't. I like spending time with you guys, man. And if it wasn't for my ADD, HD, who knows? Maybe I wouldn't be able to do this. But believe it or not, I get a kick out of it. I get adrenaline. I get a rush. I like it. I'm a very shy guy, just so you know. Very, very shy. And I'm sure you guys already know this already. There's a lot of things that most people don't understand that is happening in our country. I just want to say God bless you. God bless your family. And God bless the USA. I will see you guys on the next one.